Most seniors think losing muscle after 60 is inevitable, that the body simply slows down, strength fades, and there's nothing left to do but accept it. But new research from Harvard and the Mayo Clinic tells a very different story. It turns out your body never actually stops wanting to grow stronger. It just needs the right signals. And those signals can come from foods that cost less than a cup of coffee. I'm Dr. Samuel Hartley. For more than 25 years, I've worked with over 10,000 seniors, men and women who believed their best days of strength were behind them. Yet I've seen those same people reclaim power in their legs, better balance, and confidence they thought was lost forever. And it didn't come from expensive powders or supplements. It came from ordinary foods, the kind you walk past every day in the grocery aisle. Here's what most people don't realize. After 50, your muscles don't just shrink because of age. They shrink because your cells stop listening to the signal of protein. The expensive protein shakes the fitness industry cells can't fix that. They only add more noise. But when you eat the right kind of proteins, your body begins to hear that message again. It starts rebuilding, slowly, quietly, but powerfully. In a moment, I'll share 7 of these foods. Each one costs less than $3 per serving, yet research shows they can outperform supplements that cost 20 times as much. And the number one food on this list, it's under 50 cents. And it might just change the way you age, because here's the truth. Building muscle after 60 isn't vanity, it's independence. It's being able to lift your grandchild, walk your own garden, and live on your own terms. And that's what we're here to protect. Let's take a moment to understand what really happens inside your body as you age. After 50, a quiet shift begins. Your muscles no longer respond to protein the way they used to. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. I call it the silent dimmer switch. Your body still receives the protein signal, but the switch that turns it into muscle has grown dimmer. Inside every muscle cell lives a powerful pathway called mTOR, the body's muscle-building command center. When you're young, it lights up easily. 1 egg, 1 walk, 1 workout. And your body starts rebuilding. But past 60, mTOR becomes sluggish, almost sleepy. That's why you can eat well and still feel weaker. It's not your fault, it's biology. Now, here's the part most people never hear. Certain natural compounds in food, leucine, omega-3 fatty acids, and casein, can wake up that dimmer switch again. When these nutrients reach your muscles, they trigger mTOR, telling your body, hey, it's time to grow again. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology in 2023 showed that older adults who consumed omega-3s daily increased muscle protein synthesis by more than 30%. Another from McMaster University found that having casein protein before bed nearly doubled overnight muscle recovery. And research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that seniors with higher leucine intake maintain stronger grip strength and walking speed. Simple proof that the signal still works when it's nourished correctly. So, you don't need more protein. You need smarter protein, food that communicates with your cells, not just fills your plate. Think of your muscles like old radios. The broadcast is still strong, but the receiver needs a clearer frequency. These next 7 foods are that frequency, small, affordable signals that tell your body, you're not done yet? Stay with me, because in just a moment, you'll meet the first food on the list. One that can preserve strength even when everything else starts to slow down. Let's start with the most underestimated muscle builder in the world. Sardines, I know, they don't look glamorous. But inside each can is a molecular gold mine. Sardines deliver 23 grams of complete protein and omega-3 fatty acids that protect your muscle tissue like armor. Those omega-3s calm the silent inflammation that erodes muscle fibers with every passing decade. In one study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who ate oily fish twice a week lost far less muscle and even maintained stronger grip strength than those who didn't. If you're on a budget, that's your first line of defense. $1.25 for muscle insurance. Mash them into avocado toast or mix with lemon and herbs. 1 can a week is enough to keep the signal alive. Now, the second food, cottage cheese. It may remind you of the 1970s, but this one deserves a comeback. Cottage cheese contains casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles all night long. Think of it as a steady drip of amino acids while you sleep. McMaster University found that seniors who consume casein before bed doubled their overnight muscle repair. 1 cup before bed. Plain, full fat helps your body rebuild quietly while you rest. Third, lentils. These humble legumes combine plant protein, iron, and leucine, the very amino acid that turns on muscle synthesis. Many seniors feel constant fatigue and assume it's age, but mild iron deficiency is often the hidden culprit. Lentils correct that. And when you pair them with grains or nuts during the day, they become a complete protein. A Journal of Nutrition study showed that seniors who ate legumes regularly had better muscle mass and fewer falls. Under 20 cents per serving, that's a bargain for energy that lasts. Fourth, canned tuna. Protein absorption drops with age, but tuna is 90% bioavailable, meaning your body actually uses what it eats. For $1 a can, you get pure, lean protein that speaks directly to your muscles. A University of Arkansas study found that seniors absorbed fish protein far better than red meat or soy. Choose light tuna and water, and rotate it with sardines or salmon to minimize mercury. The fifth, eggs. Forget what you've heard about cholesterol. The yolk is half the reason eggs work. It holds vitamin D, choline, and leucine, nutrients that supercharge protein use. A University of Illinois study showed that whole eggs produced 40% more muscle growth than whites alone. It's nature's perfect design: fat to absorb nutrients, protein to build, and micronutrients to repair. 2 whole eggs a day is all it takes. Sixth, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is your day and night ally, fast digesting whey and slow digesting casein in one. Plus, probiotics that heal your gut so you can absorb more protein from everything else you eat. A Tufts University study found that seniors who ate Greek yogurt daily improved leg strength and walking speed within 12 weeks. 1 cup in the morning or after light exercise makes your next meal work harder for you. And finally, beans. Your grandmother's secret weapon. A cup of beans delivers protein, fiber, potassium, and polyphenols that calm inflammation. The silent thief of muscle seniors who ate beans several times a week had greater independence and fewer hospitalizations from falls. When you cook beans with turmeric or garlic, you amplify their anti-inflammatory power. These 7 foods form a simple circle of strength, some from the land, some from the sea, all designed by nature to keep you standing tall. They don't rely on hype, powders, or promises, only biology, patience, and the rhythm of daily nourishment. Because the real secret isn't in the food alone, it's in the way your body remembers how to respond. Now that you know the 7 foods, let's bring them into rhythm, the daily pattern that tells your body, I'm rebuilding again. Here's where timing, pairing, and consistency turn information into transformation. Start your morning with protein before carbs. After an overnight fast, your muscles are primed to absorb amino acids. A simple breakfast of Greek yogurt with berries or 2 whole eggs with a few spoonfuls of lentils wakes up the mTOR pathway before the day begins. When protein arrives first, your insulin response stays calm and your energy lasts longer. Around midday, add movement plus meal coupling. Even a 10-minute walk before lunch can double the benefit of what you eat next. Research from the European Journal of Applied Physiology shows that light activity before eating activates muscle transporters that pull amino acids directly into cells. So imagine this routine: a slow stroll, Then a tuna or sardine salad with olive oil and lemon. Simple, affordable, powerfully efficient. Evening is your recovery window. That's when your hormones shift into repair mode. A small bowl of cottage cheese, plain Greek yogurt, or a warm lentil stew signals your body to rebuild while you sleep. Casein protein works quietly for 6 to 8 hours. A night-long construction crew for your muscles. And don't forget hydration, the missing ingredient in muscle repair. Water carries amino acids to your cells. 1 glass with every protein meal is enough. Dehydration alone can reduce protein synthesis by nearly 15%, according to studies from the Journal of Clinical Nutrition. If you follow one principle, let it be this. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need perfection. You need repetition, small meals, steady signals. Try this challenge. Replace one expensive shake this week with one of these foods. At the end of 7 days, notice your energy, your balance, the way you stand from a chair. Your body doesn't need to be convinced. It just needs to be reminded. You don't need fancy powders, supplements, or $60 steaks to feel strong again. What you truly need is rhythm, a small daily conversation between your food and your body that says, "We're still growing." I've watched men in their 70s walk into my clinic barely able to rise from a chair. And 6 months later, they walked out carrying grocery bags in both hands. They didn't find a miracle cure. They found consistency. They learned that independence is built one meal, one step, one small promise at a time. If you've been feeling that quiet frustration, the moment you realize your legs don't lift quite as easily as they used to, know this. Your body isn't broken. It's waiting for the right message. And every time you choose these foods, every time you move after eating, every time you drink that glass of water, you're sending it, because strength after 60 isn't about looking young. It's about living fully. It's about standing tall long enough to hug your grandchild, to work in the garden you planted, to live without that flicker of fear that says, "I might need help." So here's your gentle challenge. Start with just 2 of these foods this week. Maybe it's Greek yogurt in the morning and a bowl of lentils at night. Notice how your energy changes. Notice how quickly your body remembers. And if this message resonates, share it. Someone you love may be searching for hope. 2. You don't have to buy youth. You only have to feed strength. And that is how we age with power, purpose, and peace.